All right, you're live. Handle it, boys. Peace.
What's going on, our VBA Facebook world? This is your man, Mike Doc Rannigan, with our elusive, honorable KC Ashmore. And everybody knows what today is. Today is the magnificent 10,000 Thursday, folks. $10,000 Thursday. Y'all know what to do. We out there crushing goals, creating content, becoming a solid member of the community, and just helping to give back to those that have already given so much freely for us.
Right.
You got any pearls of wisdoms for us before we launch? Oh, before we get going, man, we just want to do our member spotlight. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and mention Ben Northcutt with All Care Comfort Solutions, locally based here in Rockwall, veteran owned, retired police officer. Army vet, stand-up gentleman, huge community supporter, advocate for the Rockwall Chamber. I just can't talk highly enough about this gentleman here.
Mentor.
Just a great dude. He's a mentor. I'm able to bounce ideas off of him day or night, and he's helping me to point me in the right direction. So All Care Comfort Solutions, if you need your AC tuned up, if you need your heater checked out, Cold Man Winter done rolled through here with the vengeance, folks. And that's the guy to go turn to.
That's
in my opinion, okay? I'm not telling you who to use, but I am suggesting All Care is definitely the route to go. So at any rate, how was your day today, Casey?
Man, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And I'm going to tell you something. I met Ben in the American Legion. I don't know how many years ago it was. Did not do any business with him. Met him in the chamber. The RVBA came along later. And I could not give a higher recommendation for somebody you can trust to, like, if your mom and dad's air conditioner heater's going out, whatever, call this guy. He will make it happen. He is a huge giver, and we trust him implicitly. So, Ben Northcutt, thank you for your friendship, your mentorship, your leadership, and be a part of the RVBA. But yeah, Mike, it was a great day. Every day's a great day. You know why? You got your feet on the deck, man. You got your feet on the deck.
That's right. I don't have any bullets coming at me either, and I don't have to sleep in a freaking foxhole. So, I mean, I'm winning every single day, you know?
Right. So, we're talking today about why wait. Why wait till New Year's Eve to make resolutions and new habits? Because let me just tell you something before we dive into this. And let me ask you if you would agree, Doc, and anybody who's out there, throw some comments up. Who's watching, right? Jamie, where you at? Anyway, here's the deal. You reap what you sow, right? We hear that from the Bible. We hear that our whole lives. The things you did 90 days ago are bearing fruit right now, right? The things you did 5 weeks ago are bearing fruit right now. The things you did 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 5 days ago, you ate too much at Thanksgiving, you were still wearing your stretchy pants. No, seriously, in all seriousness though, right? So where do you want to be in 5 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 90 days? Start building habits, resolutions for 2021 right now. Because let's face it, man, if you're going to wait till you got, Father Time and Baby New Year, and glitter and champagne in your eyes to make a goal for a resolution that you're going to write down and do for 1 month, maybe in January, you waited too long. You need to start that right now. So
I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna chime in real quick, Casey, and I'm an avid believer in beginning with the end in mind. Okay, I'm a huge fan of David Covey. Some people know 7 Habits of Highly Effective.
Yeah, I'm writing that down, man. I'm writing that down.
I'm gonna tell you what. When I launched these businesses, I didn't say, I'm gonna make millions in the first year. I said, man, I'm gonna make millions in 5 years. I'm gonna accomplish these goals in 5 years. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without creating a solid plan, a vision board, having mentorship, having a group of people that I can bounce ideas off of that has really, really excelled my companies as a whole.
Yeah.
And you nailed it right on the head. Everything I do today should put me in a better situation down the road, be it 1 week, be it 2 weeks, be it 3 years, right? So anytime, any interactions that I make with people, any new relationships that I build with people, the end game is always what's most important for me.
Right.
And your end game should be also most important for you out there as business owners. Not only, we're talking about exit strategies when you get to that time and you're like, you know what, I'm done. I've hit my milestones. I need to turn it over to XYZ. You better have those exit strategies. You better have that end result mapped out. If you don't, because the end time will show up and sneak up on you, and you're like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And so we just want to ensure that that we're planning correctly. We're creating those healthy habits.
Yes.
The healthy business habits that we have, so that every single day we're better than we were the day before.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pick. That's a big one for me, right? That's kind of like you have a theme, a mantra, whatever you want to call it. I'm not smart enough to figure out the word, but God, health, and wealth, right? And one of the things that I think is a parallel that I say in my life, and maybe one of the reasons why we connected, on that mind, heart, goal level, is because be better than you were yesterday, right? Positive daily habits serve as a foundation for reaching your goals. I'm not smart enough to figure out the word, but I don't know what's going on there.
We're going to keep right.
Little feedback. That's fine. Hey, little adapt, improvise, and overcome. So here's one thing that I have gotten from you. And, Mike, your daily posts at the gym, because I keep talking this noise. That you better eat your Wheaties. I see you, JD. Thanks for joining. All right. But look, I see you at the gym talking the noise, right? And I'm going to the gym twice a day now. And you know why I'm doing that? Because I am starting to build a goal of achievement and a foundation for what I hope will eventually be a habit to return me into a better state of health. The state of health I was at before that motorcycle, sideswiped me up in Chile last year, right? Before that little crack-a-back attack, right? And I'm still punching above my weight class, but those kinds of things are inspiring, So let's talk about, taking consistent daily action towards whatever that goal may be, and why it's important to have, that there's something really balanced about God, health, and wealth, right? There's something really balanced about be better than you were yesterday. Let's talk about that. Let's break it down into a few of the more basic steps, so we can help our viewers and help ourselves be better than we were yesterday.
Absolutely. And ditching negative, bad habits, right? And that's really the beginning of creating new healthy habits, right? Because I don't know if anybody out there has ever struggled with any sort of addiction issues. And I'm not talking just about drugs and alcohol. I'm talking about binge watching TV, shopping, eating, whatever the case may be. Everybody has one little thing that we can say we do in excess. The problem is that when we remove a negative habit, we have to create a new healthy habit to fill that void, to fill that gap. Okay? It is crucial for our subconscious minds to be able to put into work to create that new habit. Otherwise, we're kind of stuck in this limbo gig and we feel lost. And so if we make our list of what are our negative habits that we currently have, we need to also match that up with what are new current healthy habits that we can create. For instance, I decided to make a change to stop drinking alcohol.
Right.
And I did that 5.5 years ago, but I knew that, damn it, if I was going to do that, what am I going to do to fill that void? What am I going to do to fill that gap? I chose working out, right? And so now I work out very, very avidly. I'm very consistent with it. It was a very new habit that I created. And over the course of the last 5 years, I look good, I feel good, I do good. I've inspired other people to get back into that same healthy mindset. You know what I mean? I eat right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I also am a smoker, right? So that's a bad habit. I was like, shit, Mike, you shouldn't smoke. You know what I mean? So almost we're the worst critics on ourselves when it comes to bad habits. But just know when we have a negative habit or a poor habit that we need to have a healthy habit to substitute with. Casey, what's a bad habit that you ditched? And then what is the new habit that you filled that gap with?
So I used to binge watch TV, you know. I did. I would like I'll give you an example. Back in the day, I would tell my girlfriends, do not call me. Do not call me on a Saturday because I am going to be watching college football from dawn to dusk. Right? And I'll probably be drinking beer with my no good friends. Do not call me. Do not ask for a date. Do not expect to see me in the fall because I'm going to binge watch college. I'm either going to be at a game, I'm going to be watching a game, I'm going to be hanging out with the boys, wasting time being a spectator, right? Now, I'm not in the game. I'm watching. I'm cheering. And that's fun and that's good. That's not a totally unhealthy thing, but it shouldn't consume 16 hours of every Saturday from August to January, right? I mean, that's right. That's not a good habit. Think about all the hours that you could have been doing other more productive things, hanging out with your family, building your business, working on yourself, going to the gym. So that's a habit I got rid of. I used to be a smoker, right? I used to be a smoker, and I replaced it. I replaced it with basketball. That is what got me out of smoking. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what, I got out of the military. I was smoking 3 packs a day. I'm a few chapters ahead of you guys. They really didn't not encourage us not to smoke back then. Okay. We're like, hey, you want to smoke?
I think you smoked at boot camp and said good luck or what?
Well, you couldn't smoke during boot camp, but like the day you graduated, we went down to the PX and got like 8 cartons each.
Yeah, you're like fucking smoking for a living.
Just chain smoking, right? So I think I was like 3 packs a day kind of guy at one point. And man, when I got out, I was still physically fit. I was really fit, but I could not hang with these young on the court, man. I moved back to Houston, Texas. The Rockets had just won a championship. Everybody was basketball crazy. And I'm like, I got game, man. I played in the military for 4 years. I'm gonna school you. I hit 5 threes in a game every time. Not once, every time.
Watch out, Bird.
Anyway, what I'm getting at though is that I could not run with these youngsters. I could not run with these youngsters. And I quit smoking. And one of the ways I rewarded myself is I would test myself more and more. And I would go get games of pickup with younger people, 20-year-olds out. And you know what, man? It felt great. It felt great to be able to outrun, out-endure, I never got winded. I never got tired. It didn't matter how hot it was. Let's ball. And that was a reward. I replaced a bad habit, a negative habit. And but think about all the dollars, man. All the dollars that I spent on the Marlboros, right? And got rid of that habit and replaced it with a healthier, better habit. And with the sports and the this, that, and the other, I don't know what happened. At some point, I just kind of had a paradigm shift I think it was probably the beginning of being a business owner. In fact, I would say that was exactly it. It was just, you start realizing, when you're over checking social media instead of contributing to social media, right? Like, Doc, you're not on social media unless you're contributing, unless you're making a post, you're talking about your business, you're educating your customers, right? You're giving away some really valuable free content. Say, hey, look, this is what you need to bing, bang, boom, and bomb, right? When we're talking about roofs, when we're talking about some fencing issues, right? You're educating your customer. You're contributing to social media instead of checking it, right? Instead of it owning you, you're owning it. And that's, Grant Cardone is just validated that, right? The first time I heard that, I realized that's why I don't check social media anymore. if I'm going to do anything on social media, I want it to be positive, clear, direct, and I want to contribute. I don't want to check.
Yeah. You know, I oftentimes I found myself with a screen time habit.
Yeah.
Right? Screen time habit. You know what I mean? Getting on there, thumbing through this, getting lost for 30 or 40
Yeah, man. I mean, look how easy it is right here.
After I wake up in the morning, right? And so I now make a conscious effort in the morning that the phone is the last thing that I look at, right? I'm going to go grab my cup of coffee. I'm going to grab a book, you know, whatever book am I choosing, be it a Bible, be it a motivational book. I do not read nonfiction, or I do not read fiction. I do read nonfiction, right? But I now dedicate that that 30 to 45 minutes of that me time, right? That was a new habit that I created of getting up 30 minutes earlier before all of my family, and decided that, hey, I'm going to put in the work, right? And I'm going to read.
Yeah.
After I've done that and I've accomplished that and I got that easy win for the day, that free throw, if you would, then I'll get on social media and I'll see if I have anybody send me any messages, but then that gives me the opportunity to create content, right? So if you're going to get on social media and you're going to spend your damn 30 or 45 minutes scrolling through other people's stuff, well, you might as well put your own gouge out there to help get you promoted, to help your business launch better, to help you become more successful. And those are the habits that we're talking about. And those habits right there are going to propel you into 2021, and which is going to make you that much more of a badass.
Right. I completely agree. And look, man, let's talk about this. You know, one thing why do we have habits? Why as human beings do we have habits? Because something sets us in motion, a trigger of some sort, right? Like that, man, I'm hungry. I'm hangry, right?
Yeah.
So you got a routine, you know, that routine is to go get a Snickers bar, right? Or a Cinnabon, or a milkshake from Brahms, or, you know, whatever that may be, right? And then that reward, you know, that reward feels good. Well, you got to just flip that, right? Flip that. What's that trigger, right? I want to be on social media. I want to see what everybody's doing. You know, flip that, man. I'm gonna take some me time. I'm gonna read a book. I may not read 50 books a year. That's a goal of mine. That's a habit I'm starting to build right now, right? Because I've had books read to me, but I'm not reading books anymore. And I've been giving myself this little cop out. Oh, I read for a living, man. You know how many things I read in a day? I'm an attorney. That's all I do is read. But that's a cop out. I'm done with that cop out, right?
Yeah. Oftentimes our mind is probably our worst enemy, because we can come up with valid excuses, right? Like real talk. And sometimes it really starts in the subconscious mind brain, right?
Yeah.
It really starts to how to retrain your subconscious mind. And that's where an effective habit takes place.
Yes.
The people smarter than I am, they say, if you're going to create a new habit, you better stick to that for at least a minimum of 14 days, a maximum of 90 days.
Yeah.
Before your subconscious recognizes it, right? So I wake up 5:30 in the morning before my damn alarm clock even goes off. I'm now reaching for the book in front of my phone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I miss 1 or 2 days of the gym, my subconscious kicks in and says, hey, bro, I'm missing the gym, right? Because your body craves those good habits.
Yes.
You crave them. And if you need to reward that, and that's rewarding in itself.
Yeah. And sometimes how you do that, how do you flip that script, right? Well, put it in the universe, man. Right? I mean, why do you think people are always taking selfie photos of like, hey, this is what I look like right now. I'm about to do this Ironman challenge. And they take their, you know, photos along the journey, because that makes it real. You put it in the universe. You're owning it. You are going to, you know, you're going to ride a motorcycle around the world. How are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to ride the entirety of the Americas first, right? Put it in the universe, right? Own that, whatever it might be. And, you know, what else is good about owning it, putting in the universe, is that it will make you think about and maybe even be gutsy and put the alternative benefit, right? What's the alternative benefit of Rannigan going to the gym? Casey going 2 workouts a day. What's that alternative benefit? I'm going to outlive my dad, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's my goal, right? Yeah. My dad died at 53, right? He got out of the Army. He stopped working out, dead at 53. I'm going to outlive my dad by a lot, right?
Well, look,
that's in the universe.
Yeah, I often say, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you do good, right? And so there's a big positive thing about exercise, right? One, it's going to increase oxygen blood flow throughout your body.
Right.
Increase oxygen blood flow throughout your body. Your brain becomes more clear. Your energy levels increase. You begin to look better. You feel better overall. You make better choices, and the stamina that you have in life is even better. So if you're not working out, I suggest you do, right? I mean, it's only a suggestion. You do whatever the hell you guys want to do. But at the end of the day, if you want to be 60 years old and sedentary and have truncal obesity and diabetes and COPD and all that other medical BS that comes along with getting old, or you can be 60 years old and out there running with the 30 and 40-year-olds, right? Because you chose wisely today, right? When I was 40, so that when I'm 60, that I'm still feeling 40 years old, right?
Right.
And that's what we're talking about today, is creating those healthy habits that are going to affect you long term. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, bad habits are going to affect you long term just as well.
So, here's the thing, man. When you're like engaging in the bad habit, you're consuming content instead of creating it. When you're hangry and you grab the Snickers or the fast food or whatever, you're going to have that quick fix, right? You got to flip that script, right? You know that meal prepping takes more time. Find that time, or find a place that'll meal prep for you, right? You don't have the time to meal prep. That doesn't mean go to 7-Eleven and get the damn Snickers, right? Go to
prepped.
What's that?
I don't know. That meal was prepped, so
right. But like the little weenies, rolling in the pizza under the hot light.
Oh, that just made my stomach turn just a little bit. It's like shopping out of the gut truck.
Yeah. No, the roach wagon, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
man. But you ain't gonna hit your goals. You're not gonna hit your goals if you're eating off the roach wagon.
And again, the amount of money you save when you cut out your fast food throughout the day and you cut out the gas station food throughout the day. So there's always a better benefit at the end of the day whenever you get rid of a bad habit and you create a new habit. I'll tell you what, when I quit drinking and going to the bars, I tell you what, I got a bonus, son.
Yeah.
I'm talking, I got a freaking almost $1,000 a month pay raise when that happened. Now, where is that $1,000? No idea. No clue. I'm sure my daughter, my wife, and everybody.
Your wife is spending it.
Yeah. Look at this damn tree behind me. Look
at that. Right? It's why she's got those cute shoes or whatever. Doesn't matter. Because here's the other thing. You cut out that bar, you cut out that whatever that bad habit is, that food that makes you feel bad the next day. You're going to give yourself a bonus. You're bonusing yourself in two ways, right? There's a monetary bonus, and then there's a mind and health bonus, right? A mind and heart bonus, right? I was sitting in another social organization's meeting today, and we were talking about heart stents and blockage, and basically what that means is there's an entire industry that's out there for people who eat too much cholesterol, too much cheese, too much eggs, don't exercise enough, don't eat enough green vegetables to knock that blockage and roughage out of it. So what do we have? We have microscopic sized roto-rooters, literally, right? Who's our plumber on here? Where's Wasden? Get on here. They got that thing down to like the size. I mean, you can't even see it with your naked eye. And it goes into the smallest arteries and whatnot and clears out the blockage just like Jason does when he's got to work on your home. There's a better answer, man. Eat more green vegetables, hit that gym, flip that script.
So as I'm looking through these notes here tonight, Casey, I see there's some really great words. And one of my favorite words is trigger, right? Understanding those triggers, because I'm telling you what, folks, it is difficult to remove a bad habit and replace it with a good one.
Yeah.
And the way I've been successful with creating these habits is being able to recognize the triggers that want me to go back to my old ways, my old habits, right? And that is, the triggers can be a multiple of things. Watching a commercial that comes through, driving down the road and seeing that billboard. So if we're able to recognize those triggers, and I'm telling you, it can even be more than that. It could be when you get home and you hear your children just kind of at each other's throats, right? First thing I wanted to do is like, fuck that. I'm going to pop a top and I'm going to dull my senses, and then I'll be able to deal with my children, right? So if we're able to recognize our triggers that want us to do those bad habits, we are also going to create a new trigger to help promote our healthy habits, our new habits. And what I mean by that, I missed out 2 days of going to the gym, and then I saw an article about somebody making gains. That trigger was like, dude, you ain't been in 2 days. You better go get in on it, right? Or if I have somebody reach out to me and say, hey man, I ain't seen your Facebook post about being at the gym. I mean, what's up? You know what I mean? Which is crazy to me. So we have to understand, we recognize our triggers, and then by recognizing those triggers, we create a whole new routine to avoid those triggers.
You know what? And I'm gonna ad lib on the sidebar a little bit, but the thing about the triggers is, it has taken me 47 years just to start figuring out how to control this, right? And I ain't got it all figured out right now. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't let stuff interfere with this as much as I used to. Road rage, somebody loses their SHI, on the freeway because somebody didn't use a blinker. Like, that ain't me, man. I'm not going to go beat somebody's ASS because they have lost their mind in rush hour traffic over a blinker or I got to get in front of you or whatever. Like, slow down, back off, get away from these idiots, right? Yeah. That used to be a trigger, right? But other things could set you off, right? Like, think about the things that set you off when you were young, right? You're young, whether you're a Patriot owner, a young veteran business owner, the stuff that set you off when you were 21, 31, 41, 51, I bet they're all different, right? And I bet we've all learned a little lesson about why are you going to let these things, the world will beat you down with triggers if you let it. Everything will get you butt hurt. And as we used to say in the Coast Guard, get your ass hairs in a twist. Get some oxygen, Rannigan. Get some oxygen, man.
You're right, baby. It's been a long day today, bro.
It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day.
I've been rocking and rolling since about 4:30, but that's no excuses. We still show up. We suit up. We do what we need to do.
We do it every day. But, these things and one, I want to say thank you because we both get up early and we are, we give Skinner a little bit of grief. He has to pick up his mother-in-law.
Picking up them in-laws. It's going to be a long ride home from here.
Yeah, it's a long, quiet ride home, But, the fact of the matter is you show up no matter what. You always show up. You don't matter how tired you are, right? But the other thing is don't let all the triggers of the world that'll just overwhelm you, beat you down, man. Just remember that you've got a home that is more than a house, right? If you're worried about what's going to trigger you, think about the last time something didn't. Think about how different you were, right? Maybe you were mixed up with drugs and alcohol. Nothing could trigger you. You didn't care about nothing. ZFG, 0 F's given, right?
Yeah, for
sure. How different that man was or that woman was than the person you are right now. And don't let that, again, flip that script. So how do you do that? I think one way to do that is celebrate small victories because those are the steps to building that. Right? Celebrate small victories, man. Jared Gwines, one of our friends here in the community, big social media influencer here on Facebook. That dude's lost, I don't know how many, 168 pounds, something like that. He celebrates small victories by making it real, throwing it in the universe, and he still wears the belt that he wore when he was at his biggest. It goes around him like 2.5 times now, right? But he celebrates those small victories So that way when you hit a setback, man, you missed the gym 2 days in a row because you had to get up early, or you had to stay up late and hang out with Casey and Rannigan and Skinner, right, and watch RVBA live, whatever, don't let that be the reason why you don't go to the gym for 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, right? Make that a reason why that setback, you just set it back. It's fine. Get back up the next day, do it. Get after it. What do you think?
Absolutely, man. And I found another great way to recognize those triggers is by writing stuff down. That's probably one of the worst habits that I didn't have. Right? That was something that I did not do. I did not write things down. I thought I relied solely on my memory.
Yes.
As I get older, my memory isn't as sharp as it once was. And so now I don't have pen and paper. I utilize the phone, right? Because I can just say, hey, Siri, set a reminder for this. Hey, right, you know what I mean? I can take notes. And so it's a little bit more convenient. Oftentimes I use I text myself if I need to remember something. Right, because that's the only text thread between us is just me, myself, and I. It's important not to respond back to yourself, though, right?
You know what? I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I kind of use I text my iPad.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because I can't always. Sometimes it's too early in the morning, and I like to get my thoughts down quick because the minute they're, I have it. It might be 4 o'clock in the morning. I can't email my team at 4 o'clock in the morning. I usually wait till 5. But, so what I can do is I can send my iPad a text.
Yeah.
Sometimes I reply back to it because it keeps us, and it's not like it's a conversation. It's not like, hey, you need to get your ass to the gym, right? It'll be an idea like you need to service these 3 clients today and you need to do X, Y, and Z. Bing, boom, bang, right?
And then it pops up on your iPad when you get to the office.
Yeah, exactly. Bang.
Right?
Hey.
Yes, got it. And we're tracking.
This is what you were thinking about at 4:10, right? When you were working on those first free throws of the day. And so here's a couple things. Like we're getting, again, a little bit of a sidebar, but I think that's great because when it comes to your mind, take action. Do something about it, right? Don't be thinking, okay, Chris, I see you with your, 4:30 a.m. emails that, hey, look, man, sorry, dog. That's what you signed up for, right? You signed up, at least it's not a 9:30 at night email, disturbing Mandalorian or whatever. We got to have that white space on the board for your downtime, for your family time. But here's the thing. You're going to have setbacks. And I want to talk about, why. Over the summer, we did the Emulate the Great series, right? If you can't be great, emulate the great. So here's something the great, why do we love watching sports, right? Why do we love superheroes? Why do we love watching greatness? And that's because it's inspiring, right?
Absolutely.
But let's talk about something about inspiring people is they have a short memory. You think the Batman is all jacked up because he let the Joker go for the 8,000th time? He knows he's going to get that son of a, eventually, right? He's going to have another shot at the Joker. The Joker will give him another shot to bust him, okay? Brett Favre was at one time the touchdown leader of all time. I don't know if he still is. He was also at one time the interception leader of all time. You got to have a short memory. You have a setback, who cares, man? Have a short memory. Celebrate the victory. Celebrate the 6 touchdown game against the Jets or whoever it was, right? Whatever. You got $10,000 Thursday, but have a short memory because guess what's coming up in 6.5 days? Another $10,000 Thursday, right? You got to get after it. The rent is due every day. Have a short memory. You have a setback. You missed the gym for a day and a half. You were staying up too late working on RVBA with Ashmore. Get your ass to the gym on Friday morning, on Saturday morning, right? Don't be wiping the sleep out of your eyes because, oh man, I'm the strikeout leader of all time. You think Hank Aaron cares that he's the strikeout leader of all time? No, because he's the only non-steroid using home run leader of all time, right?
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't care. Short memory.
Yeah.
Short
And I'm a firm believer, right? Regardless of how bad something is there's always a silver lining in it. You know what
This
I mean?
is the way.
I
This
can
is the way, Chris.
always find a good out of the bad. I mean, everybody knows the analogy or the saying, hey, is a half glass full or a half glass empty? I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm just glad there's something in the cup.
No kidding.
Right? And so,
Yeah.
and it kind of boils down to gratitude. When you begin to create a healthy habit, you also will in turn create gratitude that comes along with it, because you'll be grateful that you no longer eat 4 Big Macs. Now you're only eating 2 Big Macs. You know what I mean? Progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
Okay? And all you have to do it is just for today. And that's how those habits get created. You don't have to, right? We're talking about long-term results. But at the end of the day, we only have to focus on what's in front of us right now. Right? And we only have to do what's right now. Because as we're doing it right, as we're speaking, tomorrow we replicate it. Right? And then we get to do it one more time, and we get to do it even better, because we look at our shortcomings from yesterday and we acknowledge those shortcomings, and we figure out, okay, cool, this is how this went down yesterday. What am I going to do today differently that I don't have to repeat that same thing today?
Right.
Did I forget to meal prep? And that's why I went to Whataburger and got my doggone breakfast on a bun. You know what I mean? What did I do wrong yesterday that I got up at 7 a.m. versus 6 a.m.? Did I stay up too late? You know what I mean? We have to make a conscious effort, right? That's the key to this thing, is a conscious effort to be able to create those new habits. All right. Our biggest enemy is ourselves. We love to lie to ourselves. We love to give ourselves excuses. We love to tell us why we cannot do something and always forget about why we can.
You got a great saying about can't. And I love it, and I never get it right. Will you say it again?
Oh, man, you put me on spelling. I don't even remember half the damn shit I say half the time. So it's you can have a can do or a can do attitude.
That's it.
Right?
That's
right?
it.
Can't, you never could do anything, right? You can't do, so you can do. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Get rid of that can do attitude and promote a can do. You know what I mean? That should be a freaking beverage, a can do. All
right. So here's where we're gonna flip the script again. We're gonna flip the script again, because this isn't all about. And Chris, I love your comment. Glass half full or half empty. Let's talk about the benefits of ice. That's exactly right, man. Right? That's kind of like, if you think your glass is half empty, put some ice in it, right? If you think you got lemons, make lemonade, right? Flip the script. So here's something this is an alliance that is focused on business development. So, this flipping the script, everything we've been talking about with making new habits, new muscle memories, this, that, and the other. How does that apply to business? Well, this is a business alliance. So here's a challenge for all of you, right? Here's a challenge for all of you. 21 days. It really takes 67, but let's say it takes 21 days to break a bad habit and start a new one, the general theory. But now there's some psychologists and trainers and whatever, and they're saying it actually takes 21 days to break a habit and about 67 to make a new one. But here's a challenge for all of us. How are we, everybody who's on the live, everybody who's on the call, how are we going to get 21 new clients by 2021? Right? You're going to come out of New Year's Eve wiping the Santa and the baby Jesus out of your eyes? You're going to be wiping the champagne and the what have you, the Mariah Carey out of your eyes? Or are you going to be poised to take over 2021, right? The rest of the country is slowing down. GM and Ford will close. Chrysler, do they even exist? They're going to close their factories for 17 days, right? 17 days. They're going to send everybody home. Goodbye. Merry Christmas. You're not being paid. We're shut down because our customer, we can't trust our customer quality control. There'll be too many cars messed up in that 17-day period. We'd rather not make any cars. So you can either do that, or you can get busy making a new habit, get 21 new clients by 2021. All right. So that's a challenge. That's a challenge I accepted. I'm throwing it down. I accept. I'm working on that myself right now. So we're going to start diving into how do you do that? How would you even do? How do you build that into your habit language, right? So, Doc, how you think we're going to do that? What? Let's put
My focus is always create new clients, right? It doesn't matter what time of year it is for me. The ultimate goal is always able to generate and field new clients, right? My whole saying is my money is in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's what it is. And so, what am I going to do, right? So everybody knows the theory of a law of large numbers. If I want 21 new clients, how many clients do I need to talk to?
Probably.
Is that 210?
Probably 210.
Right? So we utilize, now how am I going to reach 210 people in a matter of 21 days? Right. Wow, that's a daunting task.
You got to get busy.
You better get busy. You know what I mean? Am I going to stand on the side of the road with the sign and say, hey, you want to be my client? Is it effective? Hell, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot and let you know how it turns out.
It's effective when it's a store closing, right? You know, they got
right. It's effective if store closing. It's effective if you're homeless. Right? I mean, panhandling is a $100,000 a year industry. I promise you that, folks. If you're ever hard on your luck and you want to make a couple of easy money,
tax-free dollars.
I'm gonna go off on a little tangent. About 2 years ago, up there at North Park Mall or Galleria Mall, a gentleman was busted, freaking changing clothes from a suit to hobo clothes.
Whoa! Hey, was that me?
And the cat made $100,000 cash money in a 6-month time frame, panhandling. So for anybody
wrong business. In fact, I'm sorry, I'm out.
I'm telling you what, he's grabbing the markers in the poster board right now.
I got a marker. I got a Sharpie right here.
So for anybody ever to tell me I can't make money in America, you sadly mistaken for me. So back to the topic at hand, we're going to say how are we going to get to those 21 new clients, right?
Right there.
Done. Give that man $1, right? It's Christmas. I'm cold. Hey, but real talk, how we're going to increase our social media platform.
Yes.
We're going to increase the amount of people that we speak to on a daily basis. This is what I tell my sales team. I say, you need to talk to 100 people a week. They're like, whoa, Doc. 100 people a week? You're freaking crazy. I was like, no way, man. Do the math. Do the freaking math. And I'm going to do the math for you right now. 100 people a week divided by 7 is 14 people a day. 14 people a day, right? 14 divided into 24 is 1 person an hour, right?
Yeah.
1 person an hour. You can do that. That's 14 hours. So if you understand, and this is what I was talking to a young lady the other day, right? How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time.
1 bite.
1 bite at a time. How do you move a mountain? 1 rock at a time. How do you run a mile? You take the first damn step. A lot of people out there in business land forget that you have to take the first step in order to get to the end result.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. There's a reason why all of us are doing this, and that is critical, Doc. You got to take the first step. But, if you're like me and probably Chris and JD and anyone else watching, how many business development lessons did you have from your mentors and bosses? And by your mentors, I mean the people you work for. Like if you're like me, I had zilch, right? I didn't learn shit in law school. I didn't learn shit in college. No one told you how to value yourself, market yourself, develop yourself, and get people to believe in what you have to offer, right? You got to find your ideal client, and that starts with identifying who the hell that is, right?
Who's your target market? Who's your target?
Right, what do you want to do, and where do you want to do it? Drop anchor, right? You were in the Navy. I was in the Coast Guard. We know what anchors are. We're in a lake community, right? Mm-hmm. North Texas is a lake community. Even if you're in Dallas, You know, you got Joe Pool Lake. People know what an anchor is. Drop anchor and start meeting people, right? Start talking to your vendors, right? Find a way to get involved. Organizations, social, professional, service, religious, get involved. Get to know people. If you've got to talk to 14 people a day and you only have 7.5 hours a day of work time, probably less than that, right? Because you got to eat lunch, you got to use the restroom, you got to talk to Jim, you got to listen to Tom bitch about the Packers, whatever, right? You know, so you got about 6.5 hours to talk to 14 people, or you got to call people at 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, right?
Yeah.
You got to get involved, right? Get involved, get busy. The barrier to your success, the barrier to my success, Doc's success, JD's success, Chris's success is that no one knows you yet. So how are you going to fix that? How are you going to change that, right? Be a leader in everything and get involved. People will like you. Not everybody likes me. In fact, most people don't, right? Which is why I need to get in front of as many people as possible, right? You know, like, look at that bearded MF, right? That dirty biker, blah, blah, blah. Get involved, man. Get people to know you, right? And, you know, don't be afraid to reach out to the people who love you and will support you, right? They want to hear from you. Yeah. Here's something that was a paradigm shift for me when I figured this out. And anybody who has a job where you're in a position of trust, right? Where you're in the highest position of trust. Chris Massenberg can relate to this, right? Chris is a fiduciary financial advisor, which means he's got to take the client's benefit over his own profit in that decision. Ethically, he's the only person who can talk to clients, right? I mean, when he's got a past client, something like that, Doc, when you've got a past client, you're the only roofer that they trust and know, right? Even if they didn't have even if they didn't have a home run experience, you solve their problem, right? Jeff Skinner's AV clients are the only AV guy they know and trust is Jeff Skinner, right? And even if it didn't go, like even my clients, sometimes it doesn't always go swimmingly. Chris is probably still pissed about a few things, right? You know, his nose is bent. You didn't do my will right. You didn't do this, that, and the other, right? Blah, 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 right? And look, man, you're going to hit a tripwire. But we made it right. We made it right with that guy. And the bottom line is that you're the only person who can reach out to him. So you're not imposing on him. You're not going to hurt their feelings. Just give them a touch. Hey, it's Doc Rannigan. I put your roof on 2 years ago. We haven't connected in a while. They don't need a new roof, but they know people. They know 14 people who might need a roof. Just connect. Give them a touch. Give them some love.
Yeah, and you know, another great thing, you know, that's what we call our warm market, right? Understand your warm market. But what else is extremely important and what has benefited me in the growth in what I do is I've established myself as the expert in my industry, right? And by doing that, you gain credibility, right? And as you are in your industry longer and longer and longer, and you get the 10-year behind your belt, and your 5-year and your 10-year, and you're on to your 20-year mark, you have now established yourself as an expert. You're credible. You're you know what the hell you're talking about. Right now, what we're doing with the RVBA, what we've been doing for the last 6 to 7 months is myself and Casey and Jeff has been gaining credibility. If we haven't been doing that, the people that have tuned in and listened to us would have not continued to come back, because obviously we've been creating value. We have been giving out information that has benefited them and helped them grow, because they keep coming back. We're doing something right. We have become credible influencers, if you would. And that is very key to be successful in business. Now, if you're brand new in the business and it's your first year, it's hard to be credible unless you came from an industry where you worked for the man and you got out and you opened up a company that was similar to what your job description was. Then cool, you came out and now you're already credible. You got a resume. It's how do you create your damn resume for your clients, because that's what they're looking for. Because I promise you, as soon as I leave their door, they're grabbing their phone and they're getting on Google and they're going to Yelp and they're like, who the is Doc's Roofing? Who the hell is a COVID tester? Who the hell is this lawyer? You know what I mean? They're researching you. I promise you, they are researching you. And so that's why it's imperative to get your reviews. If you've done a great job for a client, you go, man, I need that review, right? You get those testimonials and you plug them onto the interweb, right?
Oh, no, that's critical. That's critical because it's
money.
You know, here's the thing. You are absolutely you hit kind of our three big topics, and we're winding up on time, and we're probably gonna give the audience a little bit of time back because that's how we do it. Because Skinner likes to go on. He's long-winded. He's a Marine. Likes to talk a lot. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, right? Know your industry inside and out, right? Know that if you have all the, look, this is the information age. If you don't think they've Google searched 18,000 times before they called your law firm, your roofing firm, your drug testing firm, your black level A fee firm, your fiduciary financial advisor, whatever it is that you're in the world trying to serve others with, they have Google searched out of you. They've checked all your reviews and they want to know, they want you to validate information, right? So don't hide the ball, but be the answer, right? Answer all the questions, give them all the information they need. Because if you don't resolve the questions, they can't be your customer. They will never be, they will never trust, right? And even if they do become your customer, it won't be because they trust you, which means there's always going to be some sort of unspoken thing, right? Like, I don't know about that Rannigan. He was a little vague on this, blah, blah, blah. Can he do a tile roof? I got a Spanish tile, estate, and he was a little vague about whether he could do it. But, I went with him because he had, 38 great Google reviews, but none of them had to do with Spanish tile roof. And there's always some, question. There's some darkness, right? So be the answer. Know your business inside and out. Be the person with the solutions so that you can teach and educate, and then you can resolve these questions. And because if you build trust, you'll overcome whatever their concern is, right? They'll go, man. And even better, you got a 99% better chance of getting that really valuable review on the back end, because that's one of the hardest things to do. Like, you get the client, you do a great job for them. They're so happy the day the lawsuit is over, the day the roof is on. I mean, man, that's the best roof I've ever had on this. I've lived in this house 30 years. We've had 3 roofs. This is the best one we've ever had. If you got to convince them to give you that good feedback.
You have to.
Right?
It's probably one of the hardest things out there. And I'll give you guys a little trick of the trade, right? Like, I think I'm pretty good at getting my reviews. And the way I do it is right there on the spot. Right on the spot. You're done. You hand me final payment. You say, Mike, great job, blah, blah, blah. I say, well, can I see your phone? He's like, yeah, let me see your phone. I'll go to Google for him. I'll Google myself. And I say, hey, you don't mind putting a couple of words and tell everybody how shitty of a job I did, do you? He goes, what? So, because it breaks the ice. You know what I mean? So you kind of throw a little bit of humor in there, and then they get you to write that review. Or would I just, hey, man, if you don't mind, can I get a quick 30-second video of you just telling me how grateful you are about the job that we did? Because at the end of the day, if you don't ask the question, you can't be told no. Okay? If you don't ask for the review, you cannot be told no. But guaranteed, if you ask for it, now you got a 50-50 chance of getting it. So you just increase your odds by 50% just by opening up your sup and going, can I get this review? And 90% of the time, they're going to do it, right? It's when you and there's a window, folks. There is a small window of opportunity to grab that review.
Yeah.
And if you don't capitalize on it at that moment, and you lose traction. You will lose traction if you try and ask that person, that client, for a review 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
You moved on.
Right, because if it wasn't important to you that day and you wait 2 weeks, then those people don't think it's important. They don't. They just don't.
They're on to something else, right?
They're on about their day, and they say, you know what, if you didn't care, then I don't care, and then nobody cares.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's Christmas, man. I'll get to you after the new year, right?
Yeah.
You know, it just gets lost in the busyness of their lives. It's not they don't love you.
Celebrating the 4th of July, and you've missed out on 2021 reviews because you failed to follow up. You failed to ask the question, and you were nervous. You got to get outside your comfort zone. And creating new habits is getting outside your comfort zone. Ditching bad habits is getting outside your comfort zone. Okay? When you go and build a new alliance with people that you've never met, that's getting outside your comfort zone. You must be willing to shed the old you so that you can create the new you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just what it is today, folks. You've got to get outside of your comfort zone in order to be a business owner.
Yeah.
You own your business, not your business owning you.
All right. So final thoughts. Final thoughts about building alliances, right? Why is that so critical? Like, look, man, if you want to have 21 customers in the next 21 days, Ford and GM are shutting down. I just got a text from the Chamber of Commerce, COVID-19. They're going to start tightening up restrictions, blah, blah, blah. What are we going to do, right, to get in front of 14 people a day? How are you going to do that without a business alliance? Right? Partner up, right? It's just like we were talking about superhero summer, man. The Avengers could not do it alone. The Justice League could not do it alone. Like, each individual member of that team was in their own right undefeatable, but they faced an enemy that was collectively greater than all of them. And the only way they could defeat that was together, right? So this is why it's so critical, right, to build that alliance. So, any closing thoughts, takeaways, Doc? Thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, no problem. I love being here, man. This shit gets me fired up. I hope you guys can hear that in my voice and my passion. I mean, I can't tell you how grateful I am to even be a part of this thing. Building an alliance is huge, right? And we get caught here. And so if you're not out there continuously learning and becoming an influencer in your industry, then you're wrong, flat out. I'll tell you right now, you're freaking wrong. If you're not out there understanding the new way, if you're not researching your competition, you're wrong, right? Because if you don't know what your competition is doing, then they're going to surpass you. I promise you, they're researching me. I met a roofer today up at ABC Supply. He saw my truck. He's like, man, are you Doc? Are you the owner? And I was like, yeah, what's going on? He's like, man, I just want to tell you, man, you put out some really great content and some really good videos. I want to let you know we started doing that in our company, right? And I'm like, crap. So now this dude's doing it too. You know what I mean? But that's a good thing because they're recognizing that I'm doing something beneficial. Because at the end of the day, as a business owner, your number one goal, my number one goal is to satisfy your client's needs.
Yeah.
Not the money. It's not the freaking, it's never the paycheck. It's always the relationship.
You've got to be service first.
Serve it first. Because at the end of the day is if you build a long-lasting relationship with your client, you don't even ask them for the referral. They're going to be more than happy to give the referrals.
Yeah.
Because you're grateful.
Customer for life, not customer for once.
That's right.
You approach it that way every time, all the time. And look, copying is the greatest form of flattery, right? But the other thing is be the leader, man.
Yeah, take
like this is back to like the bad habit. I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm watching my favorite football team. I'm at BW3 or insert the name of the place I was watching the football game, right? SMU Ford Stadium, University of Houston Stadium, the Astrodome, whatever, right? Be on the field. Don't be a spectator. right? Be the leader. Don't be the spectator.
Hey,
Let them spectate. Let them watch you. Let them mimic you, because what you're doing is so influential, so powerful, so impressive that they're like, I got to get some of whatever that guy's doing. Whatever coffee, if he's drinking War Machine, I want to drink War Machine, right? Hey, thanks, book club, for the War Machine. I love it.
So,
Got me 3 new bags. Check this out. Yeah, baby. That'll
that'll get you going.
get you going, y'all.
Get you
You
going.
need some influence? Come on down here. I'll make you a cup.
Make you a cup of Joe. All I know is, man, this is a great topic. It gets me fired up on creating habits. Change your mindset, change your playground. That was my motto for 2020. Change your mindset, change your playground. So just to hit on the last 3 things, we'll wrap this up. I know you guys are probably done watching us, listening to our suck. But create a vision board before the end of the year. Write your damn plans down. Implement your plans. Document your bad habits so you can create new habits. And I'm going to tell you folks one last thing. This stuff isn't easy. Am I right, Casey?
It ain't easy.
Rid of a bad habit is not easy. It's uncomfortable. It makes your skin crawl. It's almost like losing a best friend, right? When I sat down Anheuser-Busch for the last time, it was like saying goodbye. I'm talking, I had a 30-year relationship that I said no more, right? So it was a breakup, right? So be ready. Put on the armor of that. You know that the shit that you're about to go down is going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You're going to fail, and it's going to hurt. But at the end of the day, 5 years from now, you're going to look back on it, and you're going to be like, oh, damn, that was the best thing I ever did. Yeah. And you're going to share it, and you're going to tell people about it, and you're going to do it with so much energy and so much freaking just love out there that they'll know that it's genuine. Yes. Right? There's nothing worse than being a fake. You know what I mean? Yeah. So whatever you decide to be genuine about it and be strong about it, and just y'all just go out and go forth and do great things. Hey, if you guys want to be a part of the Rockwall Veterans Business Alliance, get with the Rockwall Chamber, get with myself, Jeff, or KC. We'll get you again. If you guys ever want to be on one of these live episodes, please let us know. We want you.
We're going to volunteer you.
Yeah, you're going to come on. JD already got plugged up. Like he's in.
Oh, Chris got voluntold.
Chris, you're in. You know what I mean? Y'all keep showing up on our videos. Y'all going to be in because y'all are engaging. So we want you guys to be on this. We want to hear your experience, strength, and hope. We want to know what we don't know.
Right on.
You know? So I thank you, Casey, for being on here. RVBA members out there, everybody that's viewed in, anybody that views it after the fact, we thank you. Like, share, follow, whatever else comes along.
Whatever we do with this shit,
just do it.
The most important thing is it's out in the universe, right? And this is the whole point: is put it out in the universe, man. Own it. Be part of it. Be a force for good in this world. In a world where it will beat you down with habits that are not good for you.
Absolutely.
Right? This is the way, Chris, to stop those, right? Like we're joking about the Mandalorian, but this is the way to stop that.
Yeah.
Anyway, love you guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Love the tree, Doc. See you next week.
That's right. Later.